Hello guys, welcome to Sydney Safari. If you are new to channel, please subscribe. In this video, we are going to discuss about important PTE questions, tricks, tips and templates with examples. Before starting, just go through the common tips, which is more common, will not waste your time. Let's move to first question of PTE. Personal introduction is the first question of speaking section, and you really no need to worry about it because the score contribution is none. And be confident and don't worry about this task because this question is not marked, and you can have any template, you can read it as an introduction. Like I have one template here, I'll show you one example. You can use it just like for your personal introduction. So you can give, you can just speak 4-5 lines and that's it. I'll give one example. My name is Amit. I'm 25 years old and I live in Perth, Australia. I have completed Bachelor of Technology from Western Sydney University. I want to settle in Australia, so taking this exam to get required score for applying visa. I like traveling. As soon as you finish speaking, just press next, don't wait. Now talk about read aloud. This is the second question of the speaking section and it is very easy, don't worry about it. You need to just read the passage. These are the tips. Read rehearsed passage in given time before speaking, speak after beep sound. So you will get 35 seconds to prepare. And in that 35 seconds, make sure you read at least 1 to 2 times and make sure you are able to pronounce each and every word mentioned there. Second most important thing is do not correct and repeat yourself. Even if you have spelled something wrongly or you miss some word, do not go back and repeat it. You can use your finger or pen to point words on the screen while reading. So you will not lose the sequence and you can read word by word without any problem. And maintain fluency and try to avoid any extra sounds. Speak naturally, no need to change your accent. And please do not miss ED and S sound because it is very important for your reading section. And as soon as you will finish speaking, press next. We will see one example. So you will get 35 seconds to prepare. So you just go through it and see you are able to pronounce each and every word. With climate change, plants of the future will consume more water than in the present day, leading to less water available for people living in North America and Eurasia, according to a new study. Their research suggests a drier future despite anticipated precipitation increases for places like the United States and Europe, populous regions already facing water stresses. So you saw, like I just read it in a flow and there was no pauses. Make sure there are no pauses in your speaking. If there is 3-second pause in between, then your microphone will disconnect. You should not be reading like with climate change. Out of 10 to 12, around 2 to 4 repeat sentences will be lengthy. Rest you can easily repeat without writing. It means like you have around 10 questions and only 2 to 3 will be lengthy and rest it will be something you can easily repeat it without writing. And the second thing about repeat sentence is confidence. Do not lose your confidence because sometimes what happens, the first sentence itself is lengthy in your paper and you lose your confidence and you don't perform well in rest of the repeat sentences. Always remember, if you mess up 2 or 3 repeat sentences, still you can get 79 plus in speaking and listening. Let's talk about scoring. So as per the PTE guidelines, it is clear, like repeat sentence is scored for content, oral fluency and pronunciation. So oral fluency and pronunciation comes in a speaking score, and anyway that is clear, right? You have to make sure you are fluent enough and you are pronouncing correct word. Let's talk about content. So content, it is clear, like if you are able to repeat all complete words 100%, then 3 marks, and if you able to repeat 50% in a correct sequence, then 2 out of 3, and less than 50% means 1. So remember that you should not always try to think to cover all 100% of the words, because some question will be lengthy and there 50% are enough. In practically no one can repeat each and every word of each sentence. So prepare your mind. There will be some questions where you have to repeat 50% because of its length, and that's a common, don't worry. Now there is one more thing, if you can check the timer. So if in PTE, and you can also check in mock tests if you have given PTE mock test. So there is a different timers. So if you see the timer here, the beginning in, so there will be a different timing, 3 to 4 seconds and 5 to 6 seconds. If it is a 3 to 4 second, means repeat sentence is going to be shorter. If it is 5 to 6 seconds, means repeat sentence is going to be longer. So if you can catch it, then you can start writing it the same time properly, so that at least 50% you can repeat without fail. But I know it is a little tricky because that time we don't have enough time to really think. We just keep checking in a system and just listening and just start repeating it. But if you can catch it, because there will be difference. I saw the difference, so I'm just telling you can also catch the difference if you can. Let's see some example in mock test A. You can see the difference: 6 second, 5 second and 4 second, and the length of the repeat sentence.
It is quite clear that rising prosperity does not make people feel more content.
This course will examine some of the profound ethical dilemmas.
Essays should be typed with double spacing on white paper.
The medical centre is located near the supermarket on North Street.
Mismatch between the intended and reported uses of the instrument becomes clear.
A periodical is a publication that is issued regularly.
Now come to the tricks. So the first thing is focus more on the first of the sentence, so that you can maintain the sequence and can repeat 50% of the word. Because sequence is, because as per the guideline, sequence, it should be in sequence. So if you cover the first 50% also, you are good. You will still get 2 out of 3. And that is good, good score. Maintain fluency, and if you forget something in between, then add any sentence to complete your sentence to maintain fluency. You can add anything after first half if you forget something in between, because for content you should not lose the marks of fluency and pronunciation. So you should get that. Of course you will not get marks for content, but at least you can maintain that fluency and pronunciation marks. So that, and for repeat sentences, if you hesitate, then you are not going to get good marks. So be prepared to be fluent, and if you don't know anything, just add up something to complete your sentence. Don't stuck in between, and don't take long pauses. It should be in flow. As soon as audio finishes, start speaking in 1 second. When recording starts, do not wait for longer. Do not take time to repeat it. Otherwise, it will take that time gap as a pause, and maybe your microphone will disconnect. So better, as soon as recording starts, within 1 second, start repeating it. And don't forget to press next as soon as you are done with the repeating. Notes tips are common, as you know, you must have known everyone says the same thing, write initials or short form. So I would suggest you have a habit of just writing it without looking at your notepad. Keep writing it. And practice tip, it is very important. I followed it, so maybe can help you also. So read aloud, practice, repeat sentences at least 2-3 times before starting actual repeating practice. It means whatever material you are following for repeating practice, so just repeat or read aloud those repeat sentences 2-3 times before starting actual repeating practice after listening. So it will give you more confidence when you start practicing, and when you start practicing actual questions or practice questions. Again, same point, do not lose your confidence if you mess up 2 or 3 repeat sentences. Even if you are able to repeat 50% of it, you are still good and you can still reach 79 plus. Let's see one example, and we'll see if we forget something in between, then how we can make sure the fluency is maintained. The field training will start soon, so pack everything before the deadline. So correct answer is, if you see the first one, the field training will start soon, so pack everything before the deadline. So that is the original one, and you will get perfect 3 out of 3. Even if you miss the or something, still you will get full marks. But if you are not able to cover, you are not able to remember the second part, you can do like this. The field training will start soon, so I am happy today. One more. So let's one more example, like the field training will start soon before the deadline. So still you will get 2 out of 3. Because you have covered at least 50% of the content. And the worst case, still you can get 1 mark, like the field training before the deadline, I am happy today. So the good thing is I maintained the fluency and also repeated at least 50% of the word. So you can get 2 out of 3. And most of the time only 2-3 will be lengthy and rest will be shorter. So don't worry, don't panic. You can nail it if you have practiced it. Again, practicing, just read aloud. Just do the read aloud of previous repeat sentences 2-3 times before starting the actual practicing repeat sentences. It will give you more confidence when you start practicing it. This video, I will add some more video related to that. Describe image is the next question in the speaking section, and this is very easy task. You no need to really worry about it. We can categorize describe image in 2 parts. First one is where images are having keywords, and one where you don't have any keywords, or maybe 1 or 2. So you can see in all the images, example 1, 2, 3, 4, there are so many contents which you can read. So you no need to really required to form any sentence. You need to just read whatever you are seeing it. I'll show you how. Read topic if available and contents in group of 3 words. Do not worry about the grammar. It is not for your grammar check. So just read the topic if available and the contents available in the image in 3 groups of 3. Target around 17 to 25 seconds speaking. You can repeat the words. No need to cover all words. Don't try to go beyond 25 seconds, because if you try to speak more, there is a chance you will have a problem in speaking after 25 seconds, or you will fumble in between. Do not correct yourself. Same for each and every task of speaking section. Do not correct yourself. And at last you need to add 1 line. Highest, lowest, numbers, colors, black and white to conclude conclusion. And this is the very important line, and you can add in each and every describe image at last. while finishing. Let's see one example. You will get a timer and it will start. Maybe we'll see example 1. Universal and digital, 1977, 1980, 1985, 1990, 1995, 2000, 2005, 2010, 2015, 0 billion, 2 billion, 4 billion, 6 billion, 8 billion, 10 billion, 12 billion, 14 billion, 16 billion. Highest, lowest, numbers, colors, black and white to conclude conclusion. And as soon as you finish speaking, just press next. Let's see one more example. Age ratio, female age male, 0.4%, minimum 85 plus, minimum 0.8%, 15.5%, maximum 1 to 15 max. Age ratio, female age male, 0.4%, 85 plus, minimum 0.8%. Highest, lowest, numbers, colors, black and white to conclude conclusion. That's it, and press next. You don't need to worry about it, you need to just read it like this and finish 20 seconds. Let's come to the second part where you have images with less content. Let's see. So you can get any type of image, graph, pie chart, map, and you can see only 1 or 2 content or 2 words, or just a picture like this. Example 5 and example 6. So you can see like there are chairs, red color, blue color, lights, and there is some process. There is a bottle, green color. So you need to just speak whatever it is there. So you can see the example. I can see a beautiful image, I can see red color. So this is just a template and you can use as it is, and you have to repeat it the same again and again. I'll show you how. In the preparation time, make sure you are ready. What keywords you are going to use. But if you practice 1-2, you will be able to get it. I can see a beautiful image. I can see red color, I can see blue color, I can see pink color, I can see chair, I can see whiteboard, I can see light, I can see chair, I can see blue color, I can see red color. Highest, lowest, numbers, colors to conclude conclusion. And press next. So if you observe, I missed one word called black and white, but I did not correct myself. So do not correct yourself even if you miss a single word or you pronounce something wrong. Let's take one more example. Example 6. I can see a beautiful image. I can see green color, I can see blue color, I can see water bottle, I can see arrow, I can see green sign, I can see some process. Highest, lowest, numbers, colors, black and white to conclude conclusion. If you have time, you can write it in your notepad. If not, I think you can just keep reading the colors. That's enough. Let's come to the Retell lecture section, which is very, very important section for your listening and speaking. The first thing is you should be ready to write keywords in your notepad, and you need to write little fast and make sure it is clearly visible. The first thing I would like you to understand, you should always try to get whatever the lecture is going on, it is shorter or it is short lecture or it is a long lecture. If it is 0 to 50 seconds or 0 to 30 seconds, it's a very short lecture and you will have challenges because there will be less keywords. So prepare your mind for this lecture you have to repeat the keywords again and again. And similarly, if there is a audio recorder and that lecture is gone 1.15 minutes, then it means like you have enough time to write the keywords and repeat it. And for this also you can use one template. Write as many as keywords you can, which include name, place, date, etc. It means do not write is, am, are, or was, were, or something. Some word, proper noun, pronoun, or any place and all. You can also read keywords given in picture. Sometimes what happens, along with the lecture, you will see one picture. So if there are some keywords, you can also write that keywords in your notepad. Do not correct and repeat yourself. The common, tip. And target 20-25 seconds speaking, not much. Even if you are 18 seconds also, it's okay. So this is the template. Keyword 1 was the main topic of the lecture. He discussed about keyword 2, 3, 4. He discussed about keyword 5, 6, 7. To conclude, lecture was very informative. And try to cover at least 12 keywords, and you can repeat the same keywords again and again. Let's see one example. There is a lot of interest in what forms those clouds. Why are those clouds there? Why do they stick around? At the center of every cloud drop is a particle. You can't grow a cloud drop without having a particle there for the water to condense. The key question that people have not directly addressed until very recently is what forms those clouds? And so, the ones that you are looking at over the ocean, it turns out sea salt is a very effective nucleator for forming clouds. So, there are good chance they are loaded with sea salt. But as you go inland, you start to have pollution come from all different kind of sources. The clouds are important players in climate change. So if you see, in my notes, so I have written in a table format, right? Row wise, column wise. So you can read your keywords row wise and column wise if you have to repeat it. Once you read it as a row wise and then column wise. This is the transcript. And let's see. Clouds was the main topic of the lecture. He discussed about clouds, sticky and cloud drop. He discussed about particle, water and condense. He discussed about key question and what forms those clouds. He discussed about ocean, sea salt and nucleator. He discussed about forming clouds. He discussed about inland pollution and sources. He discussed about climate change and clouds. To conclude, lecture was very informative. Press next. So as soon as you finish speaking, press next. So you see, right, I just use my template and keywords. And if you have less keywords, just repeat again and again, and that you can understand while seeing the audio timer, it is going to be shorter or longer. If it is shorter, then prepare your mind. You need to repeat the keywords again. Don't panic, because sometimes 30-second audio also comes, and that is very, very difficult to speak for 10 seconds itself, because you will get 5 or 6 keywords, and then you will get panic and you will think like what I do now. So but same time only prepare your mind. You have to repeat the keywords again. Let's come to next section, which is answer short question. And these are based on a general knowledge. Listen carefully. 1-2 word answer is enough. If you are not aware of options, if given, then speak both the answers one by one. And if you do not know the answer, so don't be quiet. Instead, just speak 1-2 words from the question itself. There is no tip for this because it is a general knowledge questions and you need to prepare old questions. And it will contribute to your speaking and listening section. Not much, but it contributes. Let's go to next section. This is the first question of the writing, and its core contribution is to reading and writing. Here you will get one passage, and based on one passage you have to write one single sentence. So please, as I have written, is only one sentence with one full stop within 5 to 75 words. If you put 2 full stop in that sentence, means your marks are gone. So be cautious about this task. This is not summarized spoken test. It is a written text and you have to write only one sentence. Read complete passage and select 2-3 sentences having good keywords. Good keywords in the sense name, place, or anything is related to that topic is being discussed. Join all 2-3 sentences, whatever you selected, as sentence 1, comma, and sentence 2, furthermore, comma, sentence 3, comma, moreover. And if you think still you are not able to read 70 words, you can add one more sentence with however. There is no hard and fast rule to write 70 words, but I would prefer to write at least 65 to 70. And do not miss full stop at the end. And avoid considering words such as u.s which have dots. Semicolon and colons are okay. Make sure you write in word limit and 30 to 70 words are enough. After proofreading, try to replace few words with synonym or remove extra words which can be removed or replaced. This is not mandatory, but do it if you are 100% sure. If you think you don't have time, then leave it. Just whatever sentence is there, just join it. And one more thing is, like if you selected first sentence and there is the end already as part of end is there, then no need to use end. You can start with the furthermore. Similarly, if there is a furthermore is already there, of course you should not use again the furthermore. You should use moreover. Let's see one example. So this is the example and there is a paragraph. So you see I have selected 2-3 lines which I thought having a good keyword, and this is the answer. You can see I have just used and furthermore. I have not gone to moreover or however, because by that using this only I reached around the 70 words. So this is applicable for each and every summarized written text. You just add 2-3 sentences and try to avoid examples in the sense, like sometimes what happen in that paragraph, you will have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples. Do not write all the examples. Maybe you can pick one, because examples are not actually the key thing. Okay, let's discuss about essay. So its core contribution is writing. So you can use any template if you are using, and if you have, and make sure you include at least 7 keywords. The keywords are must for writing and for essay. Based on that only you will get good marks. Try to write advantages and disadvantages of the essay topic, because 90% of the essay you can convert it to advantage and disadvantage type of essay. Use all keywords available in essay topic, because most of the time the essay topic itself will be very long. So use all that keywords mentioned there. And try to write around 10 to 25 words to save some time for proofreading. Please do not try to write 250 words of essay or 240 or something, because it will take time to write it and type it, and you will get less time for proofreading. And proofreading is must. You should 2-3 times you should check there is no spelling mistakes. If there are mistakes, then you will get less marks. And this is very scoring section. So if you have everything correct, you will get good marks. Let's see one example. So like this is the essay topic and this is the template. This is one template and you can use this template. So all the yellow ones are from the topic or keywords, and rest all are just a template. So for essay the keywords are must, and at least 7 to 8 keywords if you are adding, I think you are good, and you can use any template. I'll try to add some videos related to keywords or related to essay. So you please keep checking the description section. We will add one more videos for essay. Let's come to the reading section. And reading and writing blanks, which we also call as the drop-down blanks, is very important for your reading and writing score. And for this there is no single tip, because it's something like based on your vocab and grammar knowledge. And I would like you to practice all previous questions and predictions. And if you are not a native English speaker, then you should practice all questions. We will add more videos about tips about vocab and grammar rules. You can keep checking the description section. MCQ multiple answer is a negative marking, so don't waste your time here. Select one answer and move on within 10 to 15 seconds. Do not waste your time here. Reorder paragraph. This is very important question of reading section. And tips are, you need to get the independent sentence which includes the topic, introduces the topic. So it will be independent. There will be no, that sentence will be complete. Independent means that. Check for pronouns and make sure it's used after noun. Example, name of person, noun will come first and then pronoun he, she. Check the last phrase of a sentence which will link to the next section. It means the next section will give more information about the from first section, which was discussed in first section. Complete the first discussion topic before moving to next one. If there are multiple topics discussed, so make sure whatever topic was discussed in the last sentence, the same will continue in next, and then we'll pick new one. Full name of the person comes first if short name is used in any sentence. For example, Amit Kumar and Mr. Kumar. So Amit Kumar will come first and then it will come Mr. Kumar. If there are two examples given, then example will also always comes later. So you need to you will get these all tricks while practicing, so that also word will tell you, okay, this is one more example of the previous one, you should go later. And please try to make pairs rather than trying to match each and everything. If you are able to match two pairs, just put those, drag it right side. And lastly, practice the all repeated question and predictions if you want to do it quickly. So if you see here, there are 4 sentences, and if you see the last one, yellow one, that the last one, fourth one is the independent sentence, and which is actually pointing out about e-waste. And if you see that e-waste is discussed in the point number 1, more information about that. And if you see after that, there are 2 examples, and there is a developing country are also, and in Europe e-waste is increasing. So because of that also, right, because it's giving as a also, then it is coming after third. And you need to practice reorder paragraphs to so that you save time and you can quickly reorder it properly. And this is very important section for your reading. It is scoring also. Let's move to next section. Reading blanks. It is a drag down and contribute to reading. Again, it is based on your vocab and grammar knowledge. So you need to practice the whole question, but it is, easier than the drop down. MCQ single answer. If you have some time left, then read the paragraph and select answer. And the tip is you can just search that keyword asked in a question and search in a paragraph and you can get the answer. Select one word and then move on. If you have time left, then spend some time, otherwise just click and go next. But you have to attempt because there is no negative marking. Now come to the listening section. The summarize spoken first is the first one. It's very, very important for your listening and writing scores. We'll see one example. So there will be lecture and you have to write around 70 words for that lecture. So write as many as keywords in Notepad clearly, use any template and fill the keywords, proofread properly, very, very important. And be cautious about American and British English. Because of spelling you will lose marks. So check the description section, we will add more video about those differences. The differences: traveling spelling, color spelling, COLOR or COLOUR. Keep checking the words count, should be less than equal to 70. And use keyword if you are 100% sure about spelling, else choose any other keyword. Let's see one example. You have got sound receptors in your ear and they are beautiful. We are not going to talk about them at any length, but there is a little floppy, these little spiky things going along in your ear, and they can translate vibrational energy coming from your ear, hurting your eardrum, being translated into a vibration into the fluid in your ear, into a physical motion of these little receptors, there into an electrical motion, into an electrical signal that goes into your ear. So all of that's pretty impressive stuff. We are not going to talk about the details of it, but I invite some of you who want to learn more about this, particularly MIT students, I think, to find receptors really quite remarkable kinds of devices. Here are my notes. So I have written in a sequence, or any sequence you can write, and you need to pick keywords and fill in template. You can use any template. If you have your own template, use it, or you can use the template I'm giving here. And this is the transcript of audio, and this is the answer. So all the yellow ones are the keywords and other things are all template. So even if you have 7 to 8 keywords also, you are good. You can still reach 70 words easily. And make sure about the spellings, and because of spelling only you will lose marks. And also try to use ed and ing related keywords if possible. MCQ multiple answer is again negative marking. Please do not waste your time here. While listening the audio, same time only just pick only one right answer and go to next section. Do not waste your time, because the right from dictation, which is coming at the last, is most important task and you have to reach there. So as soon as the audio finishes, just click one and move on. Listening, fill in the blanks. The score contribution is listening and writing. Carefully listen the audio and read passage word by word, especially ed and s sounds, because you have to write it. If you will not, so it is past form or it is on a plural, you will miss. Use notepad to write missing word. Do not type in computer itself. practice writing without looking at notepad, it means you are just watching it, your screen, and still writing it, because you cannot move your eyes. If you move, you will miss where is the fill in the blanks and where is the audio is going. Write clear words top to bottom or left to right to maintain sequence. And again, do not forget American and British English differences. Example traveling. Please check in description section for relevant video. If fill in the blanks is after full stop, then make sure next word is first letter is capital. Also check other places also if capital letter is required while filling blanks, such as name of person, place, country, etc. So fill in the blanks can be in that form. So you need to make sure the first letter is
Galen
caps.
is based at the
Let's see
University
one
of
example.
Missouri in Columbia, and being a biologist, she thought, why not use this astronomical phenomenon to study a biological one, specifically as the sky is darkened, would daytime pollinators like bumblebees and honeybees call it quits? What better activity during an eclipse than to go out with a recorder and record the bees? So Galen asked 200 citizen scientists, including young students, to place audio recorders in 10-hour patches along the path of totality in Oregon, Idaho, and Missouri. When they analyzed the audio, they found that during partial eclipse, bee buzzing continued, but when totality hit, the bees went silent, and only the conversational buzz of human observers could be heard. Then, as the moon passed and the sun again lit up the sky, the bees their buzz.
Now you see how I written my notes, and make sure you are writing clearly. And if you are, you need to attempt it and you need to just write and move on. Do not keep thinking what was said and do not waste your time here. As soon as the audio is finished, just fill in the blanks, just fill it and move on. Because if you missed something, and if you're missed, then you cannot, I don't think you can recall back what was said. And maintain the sequence of writing. If you miss any word in between, then make sure you clearly, put it in your notepad blank or something, so that you know after first blank the second was missed. And this was the answer. And the spellings are very, very important. So check the description section, we'll add more videos. Highlight correct summary, carefully listen the audio and make some small notes, and select one option and move on. Don't waste time here. As soon as audio finishes, move to next question after selecting one option. MCQ single answer. While listening to audio, keep checking the options. Select one option and move on. Don't waste your time here. As soon as the audio finishes, move to next question after selecting one option. But try your best. Select missing word. While listening to the audio, keep checking the options and understand the idea of sentence. Select one option and move on. Concentrate more on the last sentence before beep end of the audio. That will give you a hint. Try to answer within 20 seconds after beep sound. Highlight incorrect word. And score contribution is listening and reading, and it is having a negative marking, but very, very important and easy also. Let's see one example and some tips. So carefully listen the audio and read passage word by word. You should also read along with the reader. It will be easy for you
With
to catch the
climate
difference.
change, plants of the future will consume less water than in the present day, leading to more water available for people living in North America and Eurasia. according to an old study. Their search suggests a drier future despite anticipated precipitation increases for places like the United States and Europe, populous places already facing water stresses.
Write from dictation is very important for your listening and writing score. If you are not able to reach here, it means your 30% marks of writing and listening are gone. So make sure you at least save at least 4 or 5 minutes before reaching to this section. This is the last section of listening, so you have to make sure you have 4 or 5 minutes left before entering this section. Write on notepad as fast as you can. Do not write on computer directly. If you are not sure about spelling of a word, then write all spelling of that word. You can write both spellings. Do not forget American and British English spelling differences, and better write both. Do not worry about sequence, and there is no negative marking, so you can write as many words you want. And don't forget capital letter and commas if required.
The field training will start soon, so pack everything before the deadline.
As soon as audio starts, you start writing in your notepad and write as many words you can. Now you can see the answer. The field training will start soon, so pack everything before the deadline. That was the original. And if you are not sure about any spelling, like training spelling, you are not sure, you write both where you have confusion. Training, TRAING, TRNING, will start, starting. If you think it was starting, not start, write both. And still you will get full marks, because computer will pick your correct words and give you marks. It will not, there is no negative marking. And same thing, always try to add a and article a and the. Most of the time, that because of that you will lose marks, because you will miss it, like a deadline or the. So there is no harm to add it. If it will be okay, it will get it. If not, then it's fine. There is no negative marking. Attempt all to write from dictation without fail, because it is a very scoring question. That's all for now. If you like the video, please subscribe.